Hey there, welcome to the Mark Wendell Leadership Podcast. I'm your host, Mark Wendell, where we talk about life, leadership, and culture. Well, hey, it is good to be back. I've taken a little break. If I'm going to be completely honest, I actually filmed a three-part series. I recorded it for the podcast, and after I was done with it, I just felt like it wasn't the right time, and I got a little discouraged and unmotivated. But hey, that is no excuse. But I'm back. I'm happy to be back. I've also been really busy. For those of you who don't know, I'm a senior at Sam Houston State University. I am graduating with my bachelor's in business marketing, and I'll be graduating with that degree in summer of 2023. So the end is near, and I am looking forward to it. But I had one class that was half a semester, and it was incredibly busy. But I just finished that. I did well, and anyway, I plan on being more consistent with my podcasting. I apologize for the short-term delay. But hey, let's get right into things. I have a very interesting story today. My $6,000 mistake. Yes, this is not clickbait. This actually happened. Not pumped about it. So I guess let's just jump right into things. Me and my wife, we enjoy dirt biking. That's actually how we met. She rode dirt bikes, and I rode dirt bikes, and she saw my Instagram account and sent me a direct message that said, "Hey, I see you ride dirt bikes. Let's go ride." And the rest is history. So anyway, I was trying to sell my dirt bike to get another dirt bike, and it was taking longer than usual to sell it. Anyway, this guy hits me up and says, "Hey, I don't have a truck. Can you deliver it to Houston, and I'll pay you, delivery money?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." And just keep in mind, I've probably sold 20 dirt bikes in my lifetime. That's basically what I did in high school. So I'm pretty experienced with this, and I've come across a lot of sketchy people, and out of my 20 or so dirt bike transactions, they've all gone smoothly. So anyway, I'm pretty experienced at this, pretty confident. The guys sounded legit, but I didn't check his Facebook profile, which was a mistake on my part. And so anyway, me and my wife, we go down to Houston. We pull up to the location. Just so you know, I'm going to tell you these details, and you're going to be like, "Mark, how did you not see this coming?" So, and listen, I look back on it, and I'm very regretful, and I've learned. So we pull up. It's a apartment complex. I was like, okay, he probably just lives in an apartment, doesn't have a truck, and he wants to get a dirt bike, whatever. Which, yeah, that's not really logical right there. But anyway, I meet the guy, and as soon as I meet him, he's like, "Hey, I listened to your podcast," and I was like, "Oh, sweet!" Like, what a nice guy. And he was just buttering me up. So anyway, he is looking at the bike, and he's like, "Yeah, let me go." He likes it. He's like, "Yeah, let me go get the cash." I'm like, "That's cool." And he's like, he comes back. He's like, "Well, before I get the cash, can I test ride it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, just give me some cash. So in case you crash it or something, I have some money." So he's like, "Well, I don't want to give you cash until I know I like it." And I was like, "Just give me like $100. And he's like, "Yeah, here's $100. So, and he's like, "Can you show me how to ride it?" So I literally show him how to ride my dirt bike, and he goes up and down the street, comes back, and I was like, "Cool." And then he keeps going, turns left where I can't see him, and I was like, "Okay, he's probably coming back." And just so y'all know a little bit about my personality, I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. I like to trust and believe in people. And this is one of those moments where that was taken advantage of. So he turns around the corner, and I hear the bike getting quieter and quieter, and my heart sank, and I'm like, okay, this guy probably just stole my dirt bike. And I'm looking at my wife in the van, and she's just shaking her head at me because she knew what just happened. And I was speechless. I was like, I can't believe this just happened. My dirt bike just got stolen. And just so you know, I paid $6,000 for my dirt bike. It was a really nice dirt bike. And yeah, so right next to this apartment complex, there was a park, and there were some people in the park. So I went up to the people and I said, "Hey, do y'all recognize that guy?" And they're like, "No, he's been camping out here for like an hour, being really sketchy. We never seen him before." And as I'm talking to them, they are literally rolling weed up right in front of me in the middle of the park. And they're like, "Yeah, we saw you call the cops." I called the cops because I realized my dirt bike just got stolen. They said, "Yeah, we saw you call the cops, so we hid our guns." I was like, "Wow, this is great." They just hid their guns. They're wrapping up weed right in front of me, and then there's this other guy that comes in the area, and I'm like, "Hey," because I know he saw the guy. It's like, "Did you recognize that guy at all?" And he's like, "No, I'm a weed dealer, so I know a lot of people in this area. I've never seen him before." And he was like, "Well, if I ever see anything, like, I'll let you know, because people who steal, that bothers me, and I'll help you out." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll give you some cash or something if you help me out." So anyway, I get his phone number, and I'm like, "Wow, what a crazy transaction. Like, you can't make this stuff up. This really happened." I'm thankful that me and my wife were just safe. And so my $6,000 dirt bike just got stolen from me. We're in this sketchy part of Houston. Again, you probably just heard the story. It's like, "Mark, how did you not see this coming?" I asked myself the same thing, because I know I'm better than that. Live and learn, failing forward, okay? I can tell you I'm not making that mistake again. I'm in a pretty low spot. I'm like, wow, this really just happened. I just lost $6,000. And, I was, in that moment, I genuinely was speechless. I really didn't know what to do or what to say. And I just asked the Lord, "Help me." I was like, "Lord, I don't know what to do. God, this is crazy. Just please help me." And I was just thinking about this moment, everything that just happened, all the chaos. And I said, "You know what changes in my life through this situation? I can't ride my dirt bike." That's it. That's really the biggest thing that changes in my life. I can't ride my dirt bike. Does that change my life, changes who I am? No, it doesn't. In this moment, I really felt like the Holy Spirit was just like, "Mark, I want this to be a teaching moment for you to have a big picture perspective." Because when we have a big picture perspective in life, we can live life with a lot more joy. Because, like, I want to ask yourself, how many times in your day or week do you give your joy to maybe a 30-minute traffic delay? Fill in the blank. Whatever, just irritates you or gets under your skin. But in the big picture of things, it really doesn't matter. In the big picture of my life, my dirt bike getting stolen really doesn't matter. And I want to challenge you to live your life with a big picture perspective. Yes, of course, details matter. They are important. But we really are here on earth for a short amount of time. We are created with a plan and a purpose, hope, and a good future. Life is too good, life is too precious, and life is too valuable to give our joy to little things that don't make a big difference in our life. I mean, I bet I'm stepping on somebody's toes, but listen, my toes were stepped on when I felt like the Holy Spirit was telling me this. Because I love riding my dirt bike. It's an escape. It's a hobby. I feel free when I do it. People that ride dirt bikes, they understand. Or whatever, like, you probably do something whenever you do it. It's just like a mental escape. That's dirt bikes for me. It's therapeutic. I enjoy it. It's a great workout. But through all this chaos, the big picture is I can't ride my dirt bike right now. And whenever I die here on earth, I believe I'll live to 100. I don't know. We'll see what happens. All jokes aside, whenever I die and people are at my funeral, they're not going to remember that my dirt bike was stolen. Or whenever I know that the end of my days are near, I'm not going to be like, wow, my biggest regret or failure was my dirt bike getting stolen. No, it really doesn't matter in the big picture of my life. And I want to ask you, what is the big picture in your life? Whenever you pass away, what do you want your legacy to leave behind? What do you want your name, the message of your name, to be left behind? You want it to be, man, that when people think of you, they micromanage, they stress over little things. What do you want to be known about you? And if I ask myself that the answer is, I want people to know that Mark cared for them. Mark was real and genuine, because the relationships that we have on this earth, the impact that we make with people, is one of the greatest things that we could ever do. Me owning a dirt bike, you owning or losing something, isn't the greatest thing you could do. It's the impact that you make with people. So this episode's just short and sweet. I want to challenge you. Have a big picture perspective in life, because you will live life with a lot more freedom and a lot more joy. And hey, whenever these little things bother you or irritate you, ask yourself, so what? Ask yourself, so what? What difference does it actually make in the big picture of my life? Well, hey, thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it. I really am passionate about podcasting and this podcast. I plan on developing it more. If you could do me a favor, subscribe to this and share it on your social media. Hey, if I see you share it, I'll give you a shout out on the podcast. But thank you. Seriously, I really do appreciate it. The next episode is about another experience that I had on the Sam Houston campus of this preacher preaching in the courtyard, preaching hellfire and brimstones, and I went up to him and talked to him about what his message was and how I literally said, hey man, what you're saying is not effective. So that's what the next episode is about. It's a good one. Thank you for listening. Have a great rest of your day. Be blessed and be a blessing.